Welcome back to Tied Down TV, the punk rock opinion show with me, Geoff.
I'm Danny.
And today we're doing American Hardcore EPs Part 2. So from 85 to 89. As you know, we did Part 1 a good few weeks back, and we covered all the LPs and albums released over that time period as well. But before we start, just a couple of little shout-outs. There's a channel called Local Bandography. I'm going to obviously link them in the description, but he gave us a really nice shout-out. He's won the t-shirt from the competition a couple of weeks ago, if you were watching. And he's got a really good channel. I went over and had a little look. He did a video about compilations. Apparently we inspired him a little bit to do that, and he picked some really fucking good ones as well that we didn't pick, so definitely go and check it out. And he does like crate digging and things. Really good channel anyways, worth checking out, and thanks for the shout out. And just a thanks to Mr. Ron Bird from Starlight 13 who came on last week and did the interview with us. It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was great. We've had quite a lot of good feedback about that interview off people as well.
It was really special for us to do that.
I've got a personal shout out as well. Now, you might remember our Hidden Treasures episode. I think we should, if we ever manage to track down one of our hidden treasures, we should do a little thing before to show that we found one.
Okay.
So I want to big up my Uncle Jay, who found This Is Boston Not LA for me. Now, you remember this featured on my Hidden Treasures, an album I was after. It was in my top 5 hidden treasures. My Uncle Jay has managed to track down one for me. So anyone in the comments, don't care who, just say big up Uncle Jay for me. So yeah, big up Uncle Jay for finding This Is Boston Not LA for me. So that's one down off my top 5 hidden treasures.
Amazing. So so American Hardcore, and we're doing the second part of the 80s. And we talked a bit about it in the albums, didn't we? Obviously, like the sound of hardcore definitely branched out more in that time period.
It's probably my favourite period.
It is for you, for sure. In American Hardcore, yeah, mine's probably up to 85.
Yeah.
But
probably people are just wondering how many records from New York I'm going to pick.
I was thinking the same thing, but should we get kicked off anyway?
Yeah. Now, this is part 4 in our American Hardcore
part
series.
4, part 2 of the EPs and part 4 in total, they'll all be in a playlist as well.
Yeah.
So, shall I kick things off?
Go on then.
So, how many New York ones am I going to pick? Well, at least one. I'll pick the 7-inch by Sick of It All, which came out in 87 on Revelation, and what can you say about this? For me, I love the first album as well, but I think this is probably my favourite. It's probably my most listened to of their stuff.
Yeah.
It's just fucking quality, straight up, balls to the wall, innit? New York hardcore, still killing it live. When we saw them a few weeks ago, but obviously, unfortunately, you probably know the news. He's quite ill at the moment, Lou. So obviously, sending all our wishes to him. But back to the music, like this is fucking killer. Again, it's straight up hardcore. But if you've not heard Sick of It All, like, I'd be very surprised if you're watching stuff about hardcore. If you haven't, but if you haven't, definitely go and check this out. It's worth it. Obviously, it was with the clobbering time, but every tune on here is class. Doesn't take long to get through it either, but like I say, fucking brilliant. So if you've not checked that out, definitely should. Sick of It All.
My first pick is a New York one as well, and that's Outburst, Miles to Go. Now, anything that was released on Blackout Records around this time was absolute gold. You can't go wrong with anything that was released on there and that was made at the Don Fury Studios. Now, I've heard Outburst called Proto Beatdown. Now, I'm not so sure about that as such, but things was certainly starting to get, I mean, this is very mid-paced and it's very chuggy. Probably more so than those like this and Killing Time and stuff. We're starting to go that way. So I guess when people say Proto Beatdown, I can kind of see what they're talking about. But this is absolutely amazing. I think they might have recently reformed. But yeah, like I say, very mid-paced, very tough sounding. They got it all. They got the fucking amazing font and everything like that. And they were really young when they recorded this. Look at that.
Kids.
Yeah. But yeah, if you like really tough sounding hardcore from that golden age, I believe this is from 88, is it? 89. Yeah, on Blackout Records. Like I say, this or anything that was released on Blackout around this time is amazing if you can get hold of it. So yeah, Outburst, Miles to Go.
Nice pick. Second one for me now. I'm going to go with Kill Lou Guzzo by the Dehumanizers. So this came out in 86. This was their debut release on Subcore. I actually don't know massively amounts about the band after this, but I know this was a little bit of a cult hit because the song on here, Kill Lou Guzzo, starts with a sample of the actual guy, and he's basically slating punks. He's slating punk clubs, blah, blah, blah. And they got involved in a $2 million lawsuit because of it, but some law firm pro bono took up the thing, and obviously I'm pretty sure they got out the other side of it unscathed, well, not unscathed, but without it costing them that much money. But anyway, again, back to the sound. So this is kind of a mixed bag. It's all over the place in terms of tempo. Some of it goes really fast, quite thrashy, crossover sounding. Some of it's very mid-paced, even melodic. The second tune, Sing Through Me, quite famous song on here, Grandma, I'm a Drug Fiend, which is a little bit Ramonesy almost. Then side B with Kill Lou, Guzzo and Godmen of the Future is fucking fast-paced, in your face straight away. It's really fucking good. Excuse me. And like I say, it's definitely, maybe it's not fully hardcore. I kind of feel like it is. It's definitely in that spirit and in that vein, but it's fucking class. Again, if you're not heard it, go and check it out and have a little read, because like I say, it's quite an interesting story as well with the Lou Guzzo lawsuit. So yeah. There you go, the Dehumanizers.
I'm staying on the East Coast, but I'm doing Boston this time. I've gone the Wrecking Crew 7-inch. This is absolutely amazing. I think these are often credited as long as Slapshot is quoting, I think I've said before, putting Boston back on the map.
Yeah.
I think these are sometimes these days a little bit overshadowed by Slapshot though, because I think their album Balance of Terror and this 7-inch you can't go wrong with. It's amazing. It's a little bit like Agnostic Front kind of sound. But 4 songs, really quick, amazing, meat and potatoes hardcore, fucking brilliant. From Boston, I haven't really got much else to say about it. There you go, and it was obviously later, the Elgin James from FSU joined, but I think this is probably their best release, to be honest. Wrecking Crew 7-inch. There you go.
Right, well, third pick for me. I've gone for the Salad Days EP, Minor Threats. I'll be honest, mainly before the title track, because it's one of my all-time favourite songs in hardcore, in punk, whatever. It's a 3-track EP. The other two tunes on it are good. A little bit of the backstory, because obviously Minor Threats split up in 83, but this didn't get released. This got released in 85. He recorded it right at the end of their career, or in fact, I think they'd already split up, because the band wanted to kind of go in a more commercial sounding way, whereas Ian didn't. But they kind of I think they left him a note, and he kind of rang them and was like, "Fuck you, you're not splitting up the band like that. We have a meeting, then we break up." Broke up, but they had these couple of tunes lying around, and they convinced Ian to go back into the studio because they wanted to record them. So it was Salad Days, Stumped, and a cover of Good Guys Don't Wear White, which was originally by the Standells. It's fucking great to get acoustic guitars. Like I say, it's definitely moved away from that Minor Threat sound, but it's the title track for me. I fucking love it every time I hear it, with that, those harmonics first, and then it kicks in back. It's fucking amazing with the bell ringing. I've waxed lyrical about Discord. I've waxed lyrical about Minor Threat many times, and Ian MacKay, and how much I fucking love this band. One of the greats of hardcore for me. Not a bad tune. The last 3 they ever recorded. I had to pick it. I had to talk about it. Like I say, title track for me. It's one of my all-time favourites, along with the Egg Hunt 7-inch that Ian MacKay's ever done. Salad Days, pick 3.
The only thing more predictable about him picking anything off Discord is me picking stuff from New York. So yeah, I've gone Judge, New York Crew 7-inch. Massive influence on me growing up. Obviously, Mike Judge and Porcell from Youth for Today. Whereas Youth for Today was singing about, straight edge being like, we can make a positive change. Come on, everyone together. Or, make a positive change for ourselves. Judge took the other darker route. They were kind of saying, if you bring that beer near me, I'm going to grab it off you and smash it over your head. And as an angry young straight edge kid, I think I preferred that take on it at the time, to be honest. Mike Judge had a lot of demons, and he really, I've read about when he was recording, early Judge stuff, they didn't know because he was a drummer before, and they didn't really know what to expect, and then they seen it, just his face screw up and sing these, where they were saying the other Youth Today guys were kind of like the jocks, and kind of and all that. Mike was the troubled kid who sat at the back. Do you know what I mean? So when he came out and did Judge, you could really see his frustration and anger and all that boiling up coming out. Like I said, you listen to a song like Fed Up, which is the first song on this, there's some pretty hardline lyrics on there. Do you know what I mean? He really took the more SSD hardline thing on there. Thing, Obviously, it's got some of their most well-known tunes, like the New York Crew as well. and it ends with a blitz cover of Warriors. So, like I say, this was massive for me, and it's also got one of the most iconic like covers there. As you can see, I own a couple of the t-shirts of this. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them where I always want to make sure I've got a Judge New York Crew shirt on my rail. Do you know what I mean? Just in case, yeah.
You know when the occasion calls for that.
So yeah, there you go, Judge New York Crew.
Amazing. So my next pick, I've gone New York as well. I've gone with the Gorilla Biscuits self-titled 7-inch. So this came out in '88 and on Revelation. It's hard. I get it. I know why people might not be that into this band who are into hardcore, and why people would be as well. For me, it's just the melodies. It's so catchy, it's so fast, and just I love Siv's delivery. You know when he gets to that like. And he like screeches that like high pitch where he kind of loses it.
That makes you happy.
Yeah, exactly. I love that shit, man. Fuck it every time. But it's just fucking great. Like I say, every tune on it's great. High hopes, big mouth, no reason why. Amazing. It's fucking class. I think I picked the album in one of our other videos as well because I do really love this band. Like I say, it's so melodic. Like it's definitely good gateway entry into hardcore stuff like this,
absolutely.
isn't it? Like if you're listening to pop punk and skate punk and someone goes, well, you know, this might just kind of bridge that gap a little bit because it's still got melodies, it's still fast, but it's coming from a completely different standpoint. So yeah, and again, not loads to say about it. I mean, obviously, you know, Siv, the singer, Walter Schreifels, went on to do, you know, 100 other fucking projects. He was in Youth for Today. He did Rival Schools, Quicksand, etc., etc. You know, legendary. I think they're still around as well. They still do tours and shows, etc. But yeah, Gorilla Biscuits, 7-inch. Definitely check it out.
This is my one pick from the West Coast. I've gone Will Make a Difference by Insted. Now, when I was digging, now I had a lot of fun for this particular episode preparing because I got to pull out a lot of my favourite records. You know what I mean, and go through and just rehash them in my mind. Now, when I put this on, it skipped. And you imagine what I was like. And I was literally like...
Average record collector would freak out. I know.
I was like, no! So I've got it only for a second on the first song, right? But it was either between this or the Turning Point 7-inch. The reason I've gone for... Now, I'm not usually a huge fan of, like, the positive thing, do you know what I mean? The positive straight edge thing, but these, I'd say, are the standout, because it's the sing-alongs, especially the last two songs, I Will Try. You say I won't, I say that I will, and We'll Make a Difference, which is just everyone singing together. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I mean, Instead of a great, you've got some really, really good songs. You know, look at the album Bonds of Friendship, songs like Good Times on there. Instead are a really, really, really good band and really positive band. Like I say, I'm not usually into the more positive side of the straight edge thing. I was always more into the Aggie. You know, I was quite a frustrated kid, and that, you know, and I always said that like it was the peer pressure. You know, we had this conversation with Ron, didn't we? I was saying like the peer pressure. You know, if you were at a family party and they didn't understand, have a beer, Dan, have a beer. Do you know what I mean? I was always inside quite frustrated. Do you know what I mean? And I was never.
Why? It's like it makes them uncomfortable. You not
exactly. It's more their problem than mine. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? I always.
And that's me not being a straight.
Like and that always gave me like I always related to the more angsty fucking straight edge records. But instead, I'd say are definitely they're like the red herring in my choices. Do you know what I mean? And everything they did was great. And it was quite melodic, you know what I mean? Definitely. So yeah, Instead Will Make a Difference is my fourth pick.
So my final pick, now this one's going to be controversial, I reckon. But I picked it anyway. I picked Process of Weeding Out by Black Flag. Now the reason I say it's going to be controversial, obviously everyone knows Black Flag, Kings of Hardcore, early American Hardcore, is the fact that this is an instrumental and a lot of people might argue isn't hardcore. For me, this is as punk or as hardcore as they fucking got, really, because this is a massive fuck you to everyone. You know, I'm not going to read the whole speech on the back, but Greg Ginn, you know, talks about how this is Process of Weeding Out. You can't come with us, you're not one of our fans. You know, if you think that music should stay too linear, you're thinking like a cop, you're thinking by rules, and that's not what it's about, etc., etc. Well, I'm not saying I agree totally with his thinking, but that was them completely turning around and saying, fuck you. Like I say, no vocals on it. Rollins was the front man at the time. He's not on this. Bill Stevenson on drums, Keenan on bass, and Greg Ginn on guitar. It's instrumental, it's heavy, it's definitely a little bit jazzy. You'd fucking hate it, lad. I'll guarantee it would not be up your street at all. And it's definitely not for everyone, but it's one of my favourite Black Flag releases. I just, like I say, And that's my defence of it. It's not straight up hardcore sound, definitely not, but obviously Black Flag are a fucking hardcore band when it gets down to the point of it, isn't it? And I had to pick it, like I say, it's one of my favourite EPs, came out in 85 on SST, and that's it, Process of Weed now, Black Flag.
My last pick is one of my golden nuggets of my record collection. Yes. It's a bootleg, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah, man.
And that's the Straight Ahead 7-inch. I think it was originally called Breakaway when it came out originally. This has got a few more extra tracks on it. Straight Ahead, one of the first straight edge bands from New York, obviously along with like The Abused and stuff like that. Quite angry sounding, pissed off hardcore, obviously featuring Craig Satari as well, who went on to be in Sick of It All, famously, Craig Ahead, yeah. Another one who went at the end of the Sick of It All gig, I got fucked again because everyone was trying to pump the lube, the Collar Brothers. I wanted to fucking meet Craig Ahead. I was like, oh my God, I want it like that. He was fist bumping everyone but me. That seems to be a common thing in my life, but it's fine because Straight Ahead are amazing. And this 7, and look at this, look at it. I've even got. Can you see that?
No.
Can you see? I don't know if you can see.
There it is. There it is.
I've got the Straight Ahead.
Hey, there it is.
Is it on screen?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Ahead,
it's nice up here. It's up here somewhere. There you go.
That's how good this 7-inch is, and this how good it was, and how important it was to me. So there you go. My last pick is the Straight Ahead 7-inch.
Excellent. So those are our picks. And honourable mentions, what are you going for?
I'm going to go for another New York one. I'm going to go for Life's Blood Defiance.
Nice. Well, I'm going to go Boom and the Legion of Doom, Hate to Love, Love to Hate EP. So, don't forget, join us next time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. We're on the socials, Insta, Facebook. Come over, give us a like, a follow, send us a message if you want, give us a comment. See you next time.
It's what I say, it's what I do. Dehumanizes.